I'm a Libra. We like balance. And today's glitch is about how successful are you with your work-life balance. And to balance me out on this video is the amazing Linda Ray, who's wearing our merch, by the way.
Merch and March.
Merch and March.
This is better.
Okay. We both said, okay, you owe me a beer. Welcome to Biz Glitch number 69.
Today's glitch is how successful are you with managing the work-life balance? This particular glitch is very personal to both of us because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this because of COVID and all the restrictions. We experienced this as many business owners may have experienced. We had an uptick in our business, which we were very grateful for, but it was at a price. Because of the SBA disaster program, we were working 17 hours a day. And if it wasn't 17, maybe it was 16, maybe it was 18.
It was crazy.
A lot of sitting around, a lot of sedentary activity, weight gain, eating bad food. You wake up 18 months later, 26 months later, and we were miserable, unhappy, completely stressed out. And we were able to look back on the time we were sitting around in our offices, and that was the contributing factor. We didn't get up. We didn't go for walks. We had frozen pizzas.
And as much as I love pizza, specifically Newman's Own pizza, it got tired of us. You know, every day we had no work-life balance.
Exactly.
It was all work. There was no life.
And
if I had a chance to run to the kitchen, it was to turn the oven on and then run back in a few minutes later and drop the pizza in there. And that was it.
Yes. And we just did Glitch 66, which if you are not a glitch guru, you're only seeing the shorts, the 60-second versions versus the long-form version. But we talk about when people are busy, and busy is an excuse. The root of the problem is not prioritizing your time to be able to know what's important, what isn't, what can I put off, what can I do now, what needs to happen right now versus I can calendar that for a day or a week.
The category in today's glitch is culture and business structure, but it's also mindset. And work-life balance, if you run your own business, whether you have a team of people or if it's just two people or it's just you by yourself, that mindset is really important. And we learned so much from those experiences during the pandemic with that version of our business. So much so that now, in recent weeks, we've gotten really busy with the same business but a different aspect of it. And we're managing it in a much, much better way because we learned so much. And the first thing we learned was, let's go into this with the right mindset.
Let's get to the goal and the actionable item because it is so practical, but it takes a conscientious effort. And I'm speaking directly from experience. I joined a gym 4 months ago, finally, because I thought, if I just, for me, I needed some outer accountability, which we talk about that in a previous glitch as well. But it wasn't working for me to just go for a walk. I just wasn't losing the weight. So
we had established a regimen of 10,000 steps a day, type of walking and things of that nature. And Linda just didn't feel that was enough for her.
It wasn't enough for me
to fit in with that work-life balance mindset.
Right. So 4 months ago, I joined a gym, which was my way of having movement be more of a part of my life. So this is the point that for the goal and the actionable item, you really have to look at where am I missing the mark on not taking more time for myself for those mental health reprieves. And number two, how can you prioritize those things? Because I promise you, when you do it, you don't know how you didn't do it before. When you start doing it, your body will start giving you signals that is now a priority and that is going to take precedence over anything else because you're busy. That word should just be eliminated from the vocabulary.
And a slight addendum here, postscript, a little, bonus if you're much younger than we are. Well, much younger than I am because Linda's a lot younger than I am. You have boundless energy. I know. I have been there in both of my previous careers, my career in retail management, my career in the mortgage industry. And, up early, suit and tie, out there charging around. Now I have the chance to look back and, there were goals I was accomplishing and I had, dreams to come true. But now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I had no balance. There was no balance. It was all work.
It's true. So what can we do besides taking some steps to recognize where you're not doing it, and then implementing some little things to get you started, because then activity begets activity. Whether it's the walking or the journaling or phoning a friend that you adore and that gives you joy. Lots of other different things you can do that will promote that incentive to have that balance.
Little trick that I have adopted since the pandemic program that we worked on ended and we evolved our new businesses. I started to look at the things that I really enjoy in life, and I took the time. First, I created the mindset to take the time to consider those things. Linda calls it my lying on my back on a picnic table in the backyard period of time. But it was so helpful because I understood the things in life that I really enjoyed more than anything, and then I found a way to implement and include those in with our work.
The actionable item, this is so great you're incorporating this, because really part of the actionable item that is going to make this really worthwhile is looking at what hobbies you enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you are going to want to continue to do them. This is another thing I personally was involved with, was gardening or yard work. Our yard was a mess, and I was like, I'm going to get out there and just start weeding.
I love how Linda says our yard. We live in the northwestern corner of Connecticut in a rural area. We have 2.5 acres of yard.
And it was a mess.
Our house is not that huge compared to the entire footprint.
Yeah.
And it was overgrown with brambles, vines, dead trees, fallen trees, all kinds of a mess. And between the people that Linda hired and directed, personally went out there in the field and directed. I stayed inside the house with my coffee and watched out the window.
It was not a hobby.
But
or an
also,
interest.
she would go out on a daily basis. She had her podcast that she would listen to, and she would be out there ripping stuff out
mucking boots
by hand. And then we got into buying her power tools and chainsaws.
Yeah.
That was her work-life balance. That was before the pandemic, and then a little bit during the pandemic, but we were too busy. We've been there. That's why we stress this whole mindset and culture aspect for you so stridently, and you're not in business, so you can't live your life.
This is the other thing too. You can analogize it as if, again, the gym, going to the gym, working out. If you have any kind of exercise regimen, you know that when you take a rest, when your body takes a rest, and you let your muscles heal because you've been working them really hard, you can actually come back and excel if you're properly resting.
So that's a physical manifestation of this rather abstract concept we're sharing with you, because the concept we're sharing is mental.
True.
Compared to the physical.
Yes, and your business will thank you.
I've got to be the housekeeper here, because while Linda was out ripping down brambles, I would often be doing laundry or preparing meals. So I'm the housekeeper, and my housekeeping is this: make sure you like, subscribe, and if you can, how about sharing our videos with someone else, another business owner you know who might get some benefit from our expertise and our knowledge. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Social, what were they calling it? I don't even know now.
I don't even know what you're talking about, so I can't
I'm
really
gonna get there.
Slowly but surely.
Distancing.
Social distancing.
Oh my God, I can't believe I completely forgot that.
Well, because
3
that
years
wasn't
later.
lockdown. Social distancing was if you went out into the world.
Yeah.